Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. So there have been some images of the next wave of hidden side sets coming in 2020, and I've been holding off making a video with them because they've been really low res and I'd not been sure if they'd even been officially revealed yet. But if you're familiar with this channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of the hidden side theme. So as soon as I saw there were some high res images out there, I was all over it like gravy on fried chicken. These pictures were posted by Dutch website Stonewalls, and they give us a much better look at some of the upcoming sets, including the big one, the Castle of Mystery. We'll start off with this smaller one, JBs Gosub. So this one has 224 pieces, comes with 3 minifigures and a shark figure, and is going to retail for around $19.99 here in the UK. At first glance, I think this is a really cool looking set. You've got a little bit of terrain build. Even though this is clearly underwater, the colour scheme is that we've seen with the, I was going to say upside down, but the hidden side, in the Welcome to the Hidden Side set where Jack got taken over to the ghost world. I forget the character's name, but you also get a minifigure of the ghost hunter that was introduced in the cartoon recently. He is actually Parker's great-grandfather or something. And speaking of Parker, I love this minifigure. If you've watched my Hidden Side World Tour videos, I did a concept video for a Hidden Side set based on Parker and Jack hunting the Loch Ness Monster. And this minifigure of Parker looks very similar to the one I designed for that set. As for the sub itself, I think this is really cool looking. It's got a great sort of deep sea exploration design to it, but with lots of sort of fun graffiti, and I had a face on that piece. I hope that is going to be a print, because if that's a sticker, that is going to be a beach to put on. This next set I know has a lot of people a bit underwhelmed. It's the Supernatural racing car. We've already gotten something similar in this theme, but this is still a decent looking build to be fair. It's going to retail for around $29.99 with 244 pieces, 3 minifigs and a Ghost Spencer. For those minifigs, you've got what by now is quite a common version of Jack there with the backwards baseball cap, one of these ghostly night characters, and also Parker's great-grandfather, who I've just remembered is actually called Von Geist Jackson. Yeah, I totally didn't just look that up on Google. I think this looks like a decent enough set, but the price tag does put me off. This is something I thought would be closer to around $24.99 max. There's not a lot going on here. There doesn't seem to be any side build to go with the car, no filler, just the car itself. And the minifigs are all available in other sets, so this might be one I skip. After that, we have Newbury's Abandoned Prison, which when the name was first announced was a set that got me really excited. I thought the name sounded cool, and I really liked the idea of a haunted prison that had been abandoned. I was thinking something along the lines of a spooky Alcatraz. Sadly, the set doesn't live up to that hype. This is going to cost around $39.99 here in the UK for 400 pieces and 4 minifigures. Just looking at the minifig selection itself is a bit boring. The 2 exclusives are this normal civilian type guy, who apparently is based on the designer, is his sig fig, and a prison guard. I'm not sure why there's a guard if the prison's abandoned. Maybe he's just security, maybe. But either way, they're okay, but they're not really anything special, the kind of thing that you'd see in City quite regularly. To be honest, the most interesting thing here for me is the fact they've used the back part of the arcade pods as the prison door. Finally, we have the set you've all been waiting for, the Castle of Mystery. Now this is what I'm talking about. This looks amazing. By now, you've probably already heard lots of people compare this to the Monster Fighters Vampire Castle, and I can totally see that. But honestly, just by itself, this is a fantastic looking set. It's going to cost around $99.99 here in the UK for 1,035 pieces and 6 minifigs. And honestly, looking at this in terms of the actual set and how big it looks and how much detail there is, I think that's a bargain. There's absolutely loads going on here. On the front of the box, you can just about make out there's a gap between the gate and the main structure like a courtyard. But in this other image, you can see that actually opens up and gives you access to all the inside. There's one part of the castle that's a completely different colour to the rest, and that's the observation tower, which has this really cool, gothic, oversized telescope at the top. It reminds me a lot of the episode of Doctor Who with Queen Victoria and the werewolf. As for the minifigs, it's not an amazing selection, granted. You get the standard Jack and Parker we've had since the last wave. Once again, you get Von Geist-Jackson. You get 2 of the Haunted Knights, which we already saw in the Supernatural racing car. And you also get this new character, which I think is this season's sort of big bad taken over from Lady E. Judging from that face print and sort of torso design, I think he's the same character that people have sort of dubbed the Lego Slender Man in the Phantom Fire Truck. But here he has a completely different sort of, well, I guess it's a leg piece, but it's kind of like a wispy spiritual tail. Kind of like the ones we've seen with ghosts and banshees before, but much more elaborate and really creepy looking. I think this is a fantastic looking set. I'm very, very excited for it, and if you hadn't guessed already, I'm definitely going to be buying this. What do you think of the new LEGO Hidden Side 2020 summer sets? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and as always, if you haven't already, be a hero and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Laters.